Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. My name is Don Swanker. I'm gonna call the Jackson County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. First up is roll call. I got Mike Steiners to my left.
Good morning.
Then to my right,
Morning.
Bjorn from IT, Lisa from the auditor's office, Brittany in the virtual press box. And first up is the public hearing for the FY26 budget amendment. Ms. White, welcome in.
Morning.
How are we doing?
Pretty good.
All right, anybody receive any comments, thoughts, questions, concerns?
I'm not, but I guess, Don, I would like, it was a little confusing, and we talked a little bit, in the past, I would just like to have that explained a little bit, how that went.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about 100,000?
Just the
Yeah.
budget,
The whole-
just in general.
And the two funds, if you would.
Okay. Let me start off with revenues, because that's where all of the money that's coming in starts. We have the sheriff's office that has been getting, inmates from Scott County. They get reimbursed from Scott County. That money, is now being split between two funds. The 33004, which is the jail capital improvement fund, and the debt service fund, which is, we've been accumulating that money to reduce the debt future, or make another debt payment in the future with that money that we're getting
Which
reimbursed.
we're limited to do after X amount of years.
Right, we have to wait,
7 years.
32
yeah.
32 or 33, yeah.
is the,
So that money is being set aside. So then it is now being, that money that we're getting from Scott County is being split 60-40 per a resolution that we did a few weeks ago. So that money is now being split by the sheriff's office when it gets to the treasurer's office. So, and in order to use that money from the jail capital improvement fund, we have to, let's see, make a request from the supervisors to reimburse the sheriff's office for some of those inmate expenses that the county has incurred because of those additional outside the county prisoners. So in order to account for that money from Scott County, that $100,000, there's an additional $100,000 from that jail capital improvement fund to the general fund to account for reimbursing the general fund for some of those expenses that we have we're using that $100,000 to reduce the sheriff's expenses for the
Budget,
inmate. For
basically,
the
yeah.
budget, just for the budget.
So basically, we don't budget everything that they were saying they're gonna use for food,
Right,
for instance.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because we know we're getting this money to help repay, because we don't wanna tax the citizens
correct.
of Jackson County for housing Scott County inmates.
so the big, it seems like we've been talking about this a lot, and the reason being, as I get this right in my brain, is we won't have this going forward because this year was just setting up the process and
Yes.
passing the resolutions and all that, and everything's checking out. It just seems like it keeps coming up. We keep voting on it. But most of that won't happen next year. It'll just be a one-time transfer, revenue, expense out, revenue in kind of thing, and we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna hear a total from Andrew here after a bit of what since the facility opened, what the revenue was, and we're gonna hear for the year running or whatever it was also. But again, there was 3 expenditures, the way we did the split. Since we did it, there was 3 expenditures out of the jail capital improvement fund,
Yes.
which was
The $100,000 to
For-
reimburse inmate
Expenses.
meals, expenses.
expenses.
And then, for a fridge for the jail at last August, I think it was, that we bought
In the kitchen,
for the kitchen, yep, because the one they had.
but they're preparing all the
was not
meals.
Enough, yeah, they are. And
And the computers for the squad
computers for
cars.
squad cars.
So that was 60,000 or something.
62.5, I think.
Oh.
Which was the new outfit for the computers for the quad car.
Yes.
So them expenses didn't occur to the taxpayers,
No,
basically.
no, it was using the money that we got from.
Right, so it's hard to follow, you know,
Yes,
and just to, you know, if you wanted to break down the two funds, that's up to you. I mean, if you want
I
to,
love the sticky note.
So even with those expenses coming out, we checked, even with those expenses coming out and the amount, Andrew, that you're saying is coming in for the month of May, the jail capital improvement fund has roughly $124,000 left, $125,000 in it after those expenses. And the debt reduction fund has just a hair over $400,000 left in it. As we go forward and we look to our debt service, because we are continually making payments on it, when we can make that first payment, we need to see what, or forecast what the balance will be versus what we save. Because once, I don't want to save way too much because,
yeah,
you know,
Amortization.
if they keep going like they're going and we can save up, if we get to the point where, okay, we know in 2032, we're going to have enough in the account to pay off, maybe we hit that in 2029. Maybe we can change the distributions at that point and move more towards capital improvement and things like that. So I just, there's no point in saving $3 million when there's only 2 left, because then you got to justify what you do with the rest of it and all that stuff. So this is going very well. So anything else back for the public hearing? Any other comments?
We, on the revenue side, we also accounted for the insurance refund for the Hurstville insurance funds or insurance checks that we got. And then on the expense side, I'm accounting for the fridge that was bought back in August out of the capital improvement, the capital jail fund. Then I included also general assistance, rent and funerals for Lene. And then account for the $60,000 deposit for the Hurstville Center's roof and the shelter damage repairs.
So in going off the expenses here in the Hurstville Interpretive Center roof and shelter repair, we budgeted, I think in next year's budget, the $100 and some thousand. Does this gonna trigger a budget amendment because we won't spend near as much next year? Is this half of that, or is this in addition to?
Well, in theory, if they don't spend more than what was budgeted next year, then we shouldn't need a budget amendment, right?
We shouldn't need a budget amendment at this point.
But is this part of that? Are we gonna get?
So what tripped it is that it's gonna, part of this roof, they wanted the money, the
Yeah.
company wanted the money to order the shingles.
Right.
And we tried to push them off till after the 1st of July because we do have that money budgeted. But since the insurance proceeds came in and because they wanted to check this year, we didn't have, so that's one reason why we're doing the budget amendment now. And so some of these expenses obviously are paid in this fiscal year, some will be paid next fiscal year, which I think 105,000 if I remember.
But what I'm saying is,
So then
budget in 60,
So there'll be extra.
we should only expect about 50,000 next year. That's what I
We
just,
could reduce their
We could.
expenditures
Yeah.
next year.
okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we keep that in our mind because
Yes.
again,
Yes, after fiscal year July 1.
yeah, I would put a note of that even in, even
Yeah.
they put this, but notes or something in the conservation budget.
any other comments for the public hearing? Hearing none.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to close the public hearing for FY 26 budget amendment. Any other discussions? All those in favor say aye.
All right,
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next up is visitors and citizens. Is there
With that
anyone-
being said,
Oh,
being said, I need a motion to approve resolution number 1187-06-09-2026 for an amendment to the county budget for fiscal year 25-26 and authorize the chair and auditor signatures on the record of hearing and certified to the state of Iowa.
I'd make that motion.
I would second.
got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve resolution 1187-06-09-2026 for the amendment of the county budget for fiscal year 25-26 and authorize chair and auditor signature on the record of hearing certified to the state of Iowa. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Shelley.
you.
All right, now, visitors and citizens. Anybody online? Michael, welcome back. Or in person want to address the board? Hearing none, we'll move on to Jennifer Jones, Recorder, for departmental update.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Another month done.
Excellent.
Yay. Another report that balanced. Yay. That's what it's all about.
How's things going over there?
It's going great.
Awesome. I've heard no complaints, so awesome.
That's perfect. That's what we're hoping for.
So anything on there that's red flag? I didn't see anything. It was a little bit lower than maybe some months. I don't know, I guess beginning of the year.
Yeah, I thought so too. But all it takes is a couple of
Yeah.
farm sales or something to
Change.
affect
And you get
that.
transfer tax in, yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Lots of comments or motion for approving the reporter's report of fees collected.
I'll make a motion to approve the recorder's fees collected.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the May 26th recorder's report of fees collected. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Taylor.
Next up on the agenda is our jail administrator, Andrew Long. Come on.
Morning, Andrew. Good morning. Got copies of anything or no?
No, I didn't print
That's
copies,
fine.
just clicked send.
I have it here.
Look at you getting tech savvy.
If you show up my laptop, then it's.
Well, our numbers are kind of lower right now. We're sitting at 29 as of Friday when I sent this out. I think we've gone up slightly. Part of that is we're not soliciting a ton at the moment from Scott County because our showers are being re-epoxied and they're out of commission for several days on end. So with that, we have to move inmates around to make that work. So we've got to have a little bit of wiggle room. That should be concluded as of tomorrow. So come Wednesday,
Is
Thursday.
this warranty work or is this?
I believe it's still under warranty because there was problems originally with it, and I don't think it ever got fixed correctly. Jeff has been coordinating it all, but I believe that since it stemmed from a complaint that we had back, what was it, last year probably, it should, I would think, fall under warranty, so.
Okay.
So the original installer is doing the work.
Correct. Yep. So that's getting work done right now. So we've had a little bit of logistical issues just with the movement of inmates, and we have a few a little more delinquent younger ones that we want to make sure don't do any damage thinking they're funny. So trying to move stuff around a little bit where we're able to seclude those areas off, just avoid any issues if we can help it. Otherwise, we're sitting at 20 from Scott County at the moment, 9 from Jackson. Our female numbers are actually up within Jackson County. 3 of our 9 are female. Our high count in May was 43. On average, we're at 33.1. Revenue for May out of Scott County was $41,525. Bringing our running total for the facility to $617,080. No housing out costs at all this month. Actually, I don't think we really had any housing out costs since July or August, so have that at least. We have had an uptick here recently in mental health committals where we're up at the hospital here with those people. That's been happening, it seems like, as our luck would be on the weekends. So some of it we've been able to absorb with who we have on duty, other stuff we've had to call in. Still seeking PRN female employees. Kind of again help reduce that overtime. We have a gal that is currently on light duty due to being pregnant, and I think she's due here come August. We do have, I think I mentioned this last time, I think that we have a gal starting PRN now. She's in training, she'll do a good job for us, I think, so that'll help kind of reduce some of that. But we'd still like to hire at least one more PRN female if we see that applicant that's right for us. Otherwise, kind of an unrelated note, our co-responder for the county just provided me this morning with a flyer from Macokota PD. They're doing an arresting hunger food drive from June 15th through the 20th. The drop-off location is Fairway. So just they asked that I check about hanging this up on bulletin board here. I don't know if there's an appropriate spot for that, but just figured we'd obviously like to support what they're doing. It's a good cause, so.
They looking for food in particular or?
I think canned goods, pasta and rice, peanut butter and jelly, cereal, tuna and protein items, and personal care items.
Unless they go to the food pantry or the food.
Normally, I
Not
think
sure
when
if
we
it's
do
local
that
foods.
food drives, they have either prepackaged baskets that you can purchase, or they take monetary collections too, because then they buy.
Oh, sure.
From wholesale. Which they double.
They get better bang for their buck
Yeah.
that way.
Officer Blake over at Macocata PD is the one that's kind of spearheading that, so.
Okay.
Just wanted to bring this over and let everybody know about it, so.
Any questions for Andrew?
No, keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the downtime a little bit, so the
Well, hopefully-
lower census, so
Well, now these showers are getting done, hopefully we can kind of
kick
pick
it back up.
up, you know?
Every once in a while, it's good to kind of take a, kind
Yeah.
of lighten the load a little bit and makes it easier for the employees, so.
Absolutely.
But we appreciate everything they're doing. Keep it up.
Sounds good. Thank you
Yeah,
much,
thank
everybody.
you. Like Don said, we haven't heard any negatives, so that's a good thing, and that's all.
No negatives,
It's a positive.
it's a
Yeah.
Well, there
positive.
we go. Well, I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you
bet.
much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amber.
Thanks.
All right. Next up, we have Nathan Jones. Welcome.
Take care.
Morning,
Good
guys.
morning.
Been a while.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
River's open, the campground's open, everything, hell.
Yeah, so it has been, since all campgrounds are open. We had some flooding early in the year, but minor cleanup, actually no mud in it this time, just woody debris, so that's good. So things are up and going. We're actually having, I would guess, it's an estimate, but I think we're having higher visitorship than we have the last few years, this early in the season. So I don't know what's up with that. So hopefully that keeps throughout the summer and the rain doesn't go north anymore in the next few weeks. So,
Well, the river's down a little bit anyway, so it's.
yeah, we can sustain some rain, I
The
think.
North Fork is up today.
Yeah, Macoka is ugly. A lot more than that. So, for you guys, I know a few weeks ago you approved it, but I just wanted to talk about it. Our roof is kind of getting into the motion. We approved that 60,000 early on just so we could lock in the metal costs because it keeps going up on one end. So that's why that bill came in early. He's hoping to be in on July and sometime July to install that new roof on the center. So, and there was one mistake on my part and I wasn't thinking about it, so we'll figure out how to adjust in the end. I did not bid ice guards on a metal roof when I bid it, when we did the original bid process, so we'll do an addition to this
Well, they're usually pretty reasonable as far as this protection and.
yeah, I think it makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think about it. We already had problems with ice with the roof we have now sliding off. We had the rail knocked off last year from ice coming off that roof with what we have, and I'm like, oh, probably gonna be worse.
You would think there would be an industry standard where.
In Iowa, you have to do that.
You would think it would come with it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, well, you didn't, it's kind of like in the gym. Well, you didn't tell us you wanted colored concrete.
I mean, we've done this at fairgrounds for a couple times here now, so I don't know.
I'm surprised none of the contractors told me in the bid.
Yeah,
Usually one of them will mention, something like, you don't want this? None of them even brought it up. I'm like, and after the fact, I'm like, you know what I forgot to put in there?
I guess I don't really foresee the layout, but you pretty much gotta go the whole length on both sides.
yeah.
That's what they suggested,
Yeah.
just to make it make sense, so.
That sidewalk that goes all the way around.
Yeah.
Pretty much insists that
Yeah,
we don't want anybody not.
A drop for that ice to come off that.
yeah, we don't want somebody to get hurt, so,
Put some cards out.
yeah.
I mean, you tear the gutters off otherwise too,
Yeah, it doesn't have gutters on the building, so, but it has, we've torn railings off our decking and stuff before with snow and ice sliding off, so we better try
Yeah,
to.
we need them, so.
Yeah, so that was a mistake on my part, not even thinking about that when I put that bid together. So that process and project's hopefully gonna move here pretty quick. Another one, just so you know, we have a bid out on our forestry projects through that grant we had through the state, so hopefully it'll come in around that $200,000 mark where we have the grant money for. It's open through the end of this month. And it's about 150 page paper or list of projects for them to read through, so I'm hoping it doesn't scare contractors away. So if you know anybody that likes doing forestry work, send them my way. They can bid on little or all, and we'll just see how we can manage.
I mean, you probably touch base with all the locals, correct, or what?
Yep, we sent mailings and emails to all the locals that we know of. There could be some that we don't know of though. I mean, I think I know most of them, but
Yeah.
there might be somebody out there that's new or young or wanting to get into it.
You didn't get a mailing, I guess reach out to our conservation
Yeah.
department.
Yeah, I mean, I think more bids or more people that can see it, the better on something like this. And I really foresee it as an opportunity for young guys wanting to try to get in and start a business or something. It's a good starting point for some of these projects across the state. For that, so. And then the last one, I know Jaden will probably hit on it. Jaden has hired appraiser for a property, looking at the shop. And working with the county attorney to see if we can write up a offer on that piece of property. So it sounded like July 6th, he was gonna have everything to us for sure.
Yeah,
So we can make
we went
that-
to us early July for us to sit down, look at it and work with John Keys on it to submit an initial offer for that property.
So I think our goal is to make. And we'll see how the property takes it, but our goal is to make a low offer. And subsequent, they can have a tax write-off for that difference in appraisal value. Is what our, as them being a bigger company, we're hoping that'll appease to them instead of them getting a bunch of money.
Well,
they have to
it
pay
could be
in taxes.
a deduction somehow for tax purposes, yeah. I mean, if it's a donation or whatever you wanna call it, but, on their
Yeah.
part, yeah.
So that's where we kind of stand on that. Hopefully. We can get that going. So Jaden's kind of taking the lead, thankfully. I was gone for the last few weeks in Canada. But he's taking the lead on getting that appraisal done.
Good.
You got some
It's a
more about
collective
Canada?
effort, Nate.
Yeah. Goose my guys are making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You got some big events coming up.
yeah,
Don't sound excited about it.
Yeah.
It's going, I don't
Like
like
you
to
sent
know
out
all.
for Hurstville, there was Hurstville happening the other day, we got the.
we always have stuff going on and it's hard for me to keep track. You
Yeah.
know, summer programs and
No,
stuff
that's
are open.
seasonal
Some
stuff.
of them aren't fully registered for, so there's some kids, but it's kind of a rarity. We almost always fill up the first day.
Yeah.
For all of our programs, but we have enough with our AmeriCorps staff this year. We doubled some of our programs. So I think we have extra slots than we wouldn't have had in the past.
Well, I would, just add on, I've been getting a lot of comments about, and compliments about, Bridgeport,
Okay,
the canoe access, and we need to continue trying to make the rest of our boat ramps look like that. And if we need to work with, you two need to work together as we get bridge projects coming down the pipe and stuff. We can kind of tie them together and get that, because that looks amazing down at Bridgeport. And
Yeah.
I do have one issue that, and I don't know if that flooding, so. When the contract did it, I watched him, he placed rock into the ramp out so far by the thing, it's gone. And we had a boat trailer the other day, back off the end of the ramp and break their axle off, so I'll have to figure out, we can figure out another way to place rock on the end of that.
who the hell's using a boat trailer to put a boat in there?
Well, I probably shouldn't put the name out.
No, I'm just like, okay, north of the dam,
Yeah.
yeah, I've never seen a motorized boat on that.
It was designed more, in my opinion, that's why we didn't do rough grooving, it was designed more for kayakers or canoers to have
Right.
easy ingress and egress, but I guess that's something. My concern is when he said that is it under eating the end of our ramp already?
Yeah,
That's what worries me.
So how big was this riprap when we went in there? Well, how?
He used I call it the 6-inch stuff, so it wasn't the
Oh.
great big, so I'm
Yeah.
wondering if we just need to place some big,
Yeah.
get a.
What's the
somebody
next
with an
guy?
excavator
I
and
mean, you get stick
that-
at 12 or no? you
I-
get-
I want.
For bridge projects, we usually specify class E revetment, which I guess I don't.
That's
would expect that, I mean, it's some big stuff,
But that would worry me with people coming in and
Just an
Folding in.
ankle or.
hitting an ankle or something. That's why we
Or
went
could
with
you-
the smaller.
could you use that on towards the water side of things, and as you work your way up towards the ramp, work towards a smaller size stuff? I don't know.
Maybe the bigger to try to help hold the smaller stuff
Yeah.
in there.
how about a sign that says no boat trailers?
Well, that too. We need to
I
get
just
something.
literally, I mean, that is usually walk across the river kind of depth.
Yes.
I mean,
and I,
Both
I'm not
trailers
so
that own
worried about-
risk, I mean, it's probably a catfish under their bedded or something,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
cause they caught a 50-some pounder underneath the Fifth Street, probably shouldn't say that, but
oh yeah, they're in there.
yeah, I
So-
mean, there's.
I'm more worried about the new ramp getting undermined as well.
Yeah.
So,
Breaking off or something.
that'll be something I'll,
How
but
do
it
you
is
get
on
under
my,
there?
it is on my list and actually. I'm working on, and I don't know, it's another one of those that's out of my realm, we do have a grant for engineering for Canton and Joinerville right now to get the engineering done. So we can bid it out to do the projects.
With some kind of docking. Enjoy.
Well, I think
So-
Joinerville, my goal is we'll use stepping, big blocks at different
Yeah.
water levels so they can pull their boats or kayaks or
Yeah.
canoes and at different water levels along that bank, so that step that bank back. And they also gives the user steps down to the water too.
Excellent.
That way, if we don't get a dock in there, they still can back their boat in, pull it up. We could probably
Somebody put some
put some kind of crevices under
earth
the rock.
anchors or something in.
Yep,
Yeah.
and they can
Some rock
tie off
climbers
and go.
might be able to help us with that.
What?
Some rock climbers might be able to help us.
Yep, so.
Well, even like offshore on their beach, they got big earth anchors that sit out just every 10 feet or so that you can tie your boats on. Just something like that when they're
Yeah.
putting in just something or drill into the rock.
That's what I'm hoping. Then we have adjustable water level and different depths and then. Cause the dock was a pain there. And then when they did that FEMA project, they kind of ruined how we lashed it in with rock. So if we can get it redone while we're doing this. So boaters can use it easier, it makes sense. So that's what hopefully the engineers can come up with. I know they can.
I know we talked about it before too, is the Iron Bridge, that's coming up for us, so.
Yeah, Jaden has brought me in and talked about that a few times about how that's gonna shift to the, if my directions are right,
Well,
east.
Maybe
We
they'll.
were originally looking at moving the bridge, up. So the existing bridge is historic, so in order to do that mitigation or to have fast track the project. Moving the new bridge on a new alignment, we were initially looking upstream. And with that, it entailed approximately at this point about $2.5 million of extra cost due to rock blasting, because it's a 100-foot rock cut through there. So now we're looking at moving the bridge downstream, which would be further to the, I'm gonna call it the northeast probably, that way, which will probably help as far as the access for the boat launch there, better accommodate any improvements there.
I wish there was a way we could just like make a model of the bridge or put a plaque up. Somebody say, hey, it was historic. Why does that have to stay there till it rots? Cause that literally makes no sense. Safety hazard, it's gonna block the river
And
someday when it falls in.
So one form of mitigation, do you have a use on a trail for that bridge where it could be lifted and? That's a big bridge.
Probably won't cost $2.5 million to move it though.
Yeah,
How they take a couple helicopters to lift it up, which Lynn County has done that.
yeah, so they've moved a few.
So, cause that is a form of
bridges.
mitigation or reusing it in a different fashion to.
Different setting?
Can we just
I
set
don't know
it?
what that, I don't know what that would cost, but.
Yeah, can we set it in the
Light
field?
head over.
Yeah, we're taking it more in.
Probably could be a better bridge than one that's there right
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah, Jaden's been good at least keeping me on what's going on those projects and thought process. So that's our goal, and our friends group has just started a fundraiser to start getting ready for these new water trail accesses we want to build. So they want to support these projects. So they're kicking off a fundraiser right now as we go. And I think Bridgeport's awesome. I wish they would quit spinning circles in the gravel and roughing it up above, but there's no stopping
Right.
kids doing that sometimes. So
That's there. like-
Do we have any monitoring systems out there at all as far as cameras or trail cams or anything?
So currently, all of our trail cameras are at Parade Creek to help appease a neighbor. And we've had a few things going on there, but nothing major compared to what their complaints are. So from what we're seeing on the cameras, so we could probably move. We have several cellular cameras and several non that we have sitting.
I mean, what's the most, if somebody does a donut, you catch them. I mean.
Yeah, you can't do
What's
nothing
the
about
charge?
it.
Vandalism?
Yeah,
Well,
and
You know,
it's kind of a say, hey, don't do that again.
yeah, the tough thing is getting plates when they're moving that fast on a picture.
Yeah,
So
but
it more is hopefully the public sees somebody and they can give us a plate number or one of our rangers catches them in the.
Talk to Macoka to canoe rental. They usually set a car there. pretty
Yeah,
much.
they sit there all day.
You know,
Sign that
I
says.
was guessing most of the times it's happening at 1 a.m. or something kind of thing, so,
This area under surveillance.
Yeah. yeah, so.
Are people using the disc golf?
Yeah, they've had several tournaments out there already.
my nephew is a big disc golfer and I told him about it. And he went out on some website that's like rates, you know, like you can. And we had, out of a 5-star, we have a 4.5-star rating. It's extremely difficult, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, oh my God, we didn't know. And so,
Yeah,
I mean, to be that early.
yeah, they like it already. Our issues is the new seeding this year. The drought, they grew. Now we've been debating when to mow stuff, and I've had a few people complaining that, well, it's tall, well, it's shaggy in some spots, but it's this taller wilting than others. So this week's should change
Hopefully that
things.
helps,
Yeah.
yeah.
So hopefully that'll come out of it. But yeah, it's getting used more than I expected. I really
Trail, I'm
So-
shocked at the number of people that are on that trail and
parking in that new parking lot. There's
Yeah.
signs to say watch for flying discs or something, if people
Yeah.
are gonna watch the trail.
so.
all along the
Yeah, if they're gonna walk the golf course
Yeah.
on the trail, you know, hey.
yeah. We got a kiosk yet to put up at the entrance of the disc golf
Yeah.
course, and we have some signs on order yet. We're waiting for there and for the other end.
And the creek little access things, them are pretty cool. I had some
Yeah,
grandchildren using them here a few weekends ago and.
yeah. I think the park has gotten busier.
Yeah.
So and then
So as
just,
far as the disc golf, just so everybody knows, there's really no fee to play that, correct?
no, we're working on seeing if we could figure out
A donation box or something?
a donation.
QR code.
How do we do it and meet audit where that money goes
Yeah,
to what they want it, and it also gets tracked. So that's what worries me. It needs to
I think
be-
a QR code would be
QR code.
the.
Yeah. I think it's a way we've done, like Friends has done QR codes for fundraisers on like the boat ramps and stuff. They'll put a QR code up and people can scan and get into a fund. If we're all right with that funds going to like a Friends group, that'd be easy, and then we could still track it through the auditor. But they'd have to set that fund up that it has to go back to that park or something.
Right.
So those are things we still got to figure out. We have one more kiosk to build on the north end and signage to come. And we'll kind of be wrapping that up, so. The shelter's done, thanks to a contractor. In this, that looks nice, so. Do have a contractor probably gonna come do some limestone blocks around the post yet and kind of finalize that, so. Yeah, other than that, it's been pretty much status quo as conservation department does every year. You know, little things, meeting complaints. Jeannie's been out spraying roadsides. Tony was spraying some noxious weeds on my way in the road ditch, so we're all out doing some of that.
well, the secondary road boys, they're grubbing stuff up, better keep up to them.
Yeah, I think Jeannie got a new sprayer when
I keep recommending
That
that
should've
you all
been-
need, secondary roads needs to talk to make sure she doesn't get overwhelmed. Or
yeah.
a way you can get a intern or something to help her, or
So as of right now, we've kind of talked, they have a truck and maybe we can utilize as the summer gets going, some of their staff. If we need to, or the day's right, our intern or one of our.
Yeah.
We did jointly order a sprayer just to get her bigger water capacity, so she doesn't have to go back and fill it as much. So I think that came in last week is what my understanding is. So, sounds like the crew at secondary roads is gonna put the hose rail on for her and get it ready to go, so,
cool.
yeah.
All right, good to hear you guys working together and. making
Like it.
progress.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Next up, Jaden Shekel, Jackson County Engineers Office.
Morning.
Good morning.
First item is, next winter's, or this upcoming winter, however you wanna word it, Boca Cave State Park agreement with, DOT. So this is an agreement that occurs every year. nothing changed with this upcoming agreement as everything's the same as it was this past year that we had. I've talked to the DOT and for the following years, we're gonna revisit the cost estimate because materials and everything keeps going up each year. So just feel
So
like
we've been pretty fortunate the last couple winters.
so, yeah, it's been mild, so we're gonna revisit that next year. I questioned it for this year, it's already too far in the works, for them to change it for this year, but it will get revisited for, going 27 into 28. So with that being said, I guess our department, we recommend, approval of the roadway maintenance agreement for the winter snow operations for the Macocata Cave State Park. And I guess I should mention, it's only 0.72 lane miles, so it's only about 0.36 miles of roadway. It's a very short stretch, but we go through there anyway to get to our drawing a blank on the road numbers that turns into gravel through there. So we go through there, deal with it.
I would move to approve.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve the 26-27 Macocata Cave State Park Road Agreement with the Iowa DOT. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Next is a utility permit for Macocata Valley. It's just for a fiber optic underneath 234th Street in the Butler Township, just to serve the address of 5571 234th Street. Looks straightforward to us, so we recommend approval of this one.
I'd make a motion to approve.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve Macocata Valley Electric Cooperative directional boring permit for 234th Street at Butler Township. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And next we have the City of Miles, the fiscal year 27 RCTP agreement from the City of Miles. So last week was approved for the projects that were recommended from the RPA for all the local communities. And so with that, this is the City of Miles. They took it to their city council and have it approved. So following this board approval, so.
Move to approve.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve FY 27 RCTP agreement with the City of Miles for $8,212. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And last but not least is just an update to our oil spill prevention plan. So we had some tanks of oil in the shop that were old that were starting to leak. So we got new bulk tanks with that was a larger size so we could hold more. So we're not running after oil as much. So have a bigger quantity. The bulk tanks came with a reel on them so they could reel it to the machine, and I believe it's got a code just so they can dispense how much goes to each one. So with the larger bulk tank though requires us to update our spill plan to include those appropriate sizes. So that is all that changed. So just looking for board approval for that.
Make a motion to approve the new oil spill.
Chair signature on it. Seems like what we did 2 years ago.
Yes, it is chair signature and also you.
And auditor signature.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would second.
We got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the oil spill prevention plan updates and include chair signature. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So reclaim, I'll just give a brief update on everything going on. Reclaim, we pulled the pin mid to late last week because it was so dry. Well, now we're on the other end of things, so we needed to dry out some, and there's talking more rain this week, so basically on hold all of this week and maybe some part in the next week, just see how the weather plays out. Construction projects, we are really busy even as we speak right now. So you're all aware we got Chenoweth going on. The river is, all this rain has risen quite a bit, but luckily they have enough work completed on the south pier that they can continue working on the north abutment. So it hasn't slowed them down yet. We're watching the river levels though, because it's about 3 feet from getting to flooding their staging area though. So when that happens, but there's not much they can do. So we're keeping an eye on that, and I don't know how much rain we're supposed to get tomorrow night and Thursday, but either way, they're working as we speak right now. The Z15 bridge, or the Springbrook Highway Bridge, project, they poured the deck last Thursday. That went really well. They're actually working on forming up the rail, one of the barrier rails on one of the sides of the bridge to pour that this afternoon. So that's moving right along. Our bridge on 458th Avenue, that just closed on yesterday, and they are there as we speak right now, working on removing that bridge to replace that. Our fog seal on Z20 is starting today on Z20 from Highway 64 going north. We're skipping through the city of Spragueville because they don't want to pay for their portion and they get their FM transfer first. But going past the city of Spragueville up to, there's S curves on that highway where when you're working north going to E17, where the pavement turns into concrete. That's where our ending point is. So, but that fog seal is occurring today. And then Friday is the plan where they're going to close Bernard Road to start mobilizing equipment to start working on subdrain next week. So 3 bridge replacements, the fog seal, which fog seal is only going to take a couple days, and a paving project. So we're busy. But it's good.
Yeah, all good, all improvements and all good news. I guess everything's moving forward.
Mhm.
That fog sealing, that also includes restriping, is that correct?
Yes, and so I'm glad you brought that up. So if anybody's watching this, just be aware that it will be without pavement markings for about 3 weeks to allow that fog seal to cure. But they will have out there the orange temporary no pavement marking signs to warn the users, but it will take about 21 days, or it's about 3 weeks for that fog seal to cure out before you can place the pavement markings. So thanks for bringing that up. So just so the public's aware.
Good.
But yes, it is included to restripe that. And I do believe this week, probably got pushed to next, but I'm gonna follow up. It was planned for this week for our annual pavement markings that occur in the county where they restripe everything. That was planned to occur starting this week. I'm sure the weather has pushed back, but that will also be going on. So we're in the heat of it.
You guys are gonna be busy.
Better than the alternative.
Fog seal on the Valley Cascade Road, I want spot.
All right. Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jay.
Mhm. Yeah, that's all.
All right, next up, we have Lisa Smith in the auditor's office.
Good morning. This morning, you need a motion to approve the June 2nd, 2026 meeting minutes as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers.
So moved.
I would second.
We got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the minutes of the June 2nd, 2026 meeting as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in official newspapers. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Several years ago, it was between the engineer's office and the board of supervisors created the 308th Street Assessment Fund that allowed the citizens within this district to pay for those road improvements that were done on 308th Street. Some people at that point decided to pay their assessment up in full. Other people have signed an agreement or a contract with the county to pay an installment. And so as people are paying their property taxes, they are also paying their installment for the street assessment. So the treasurer's office takes that money in, and then we need to transfer it back to secondary roads. So today I'd like a motion to approve resolution number 1188-06-09-2026 for an operating transfer from the secondary roads 308th Street Assessment Fund, which is the 20,001, to the secondary road fund 20,000 for $8,551 effective June 9th, 2026.
So moved.
I'd second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve resolution 1188-06-09-2026 for an operating transfer from secondary road 308th Street Assessment Fund to 20,001 to secondary road fund 20,000 for $8,551 effective June 9th, 2026. Any other discussion? There's about what, 6 or 7 years left on that, I think.
So
Almost
is
a 10
I
year.
assume this is a payment from somebody that paid in full.
This is probably somebody that paid an installment.
Oh,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
Most of the installment was 700, weren't they? So
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
that-
It was about, yeah, so there's, And we did that about 3 years ago or so.
See, I was just thinking that's, yeah.
Yeah. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So sometimes we have to go back so we can move forward. Shelley has been in conversation with the city of Bellevue. They have completed their FY 25 RCTP project, and they are wanting payment. Just like you approved today for the city of Miles, this is the fiscal year 25 agreement. They are seeking payment for $23,321. In looking at all of the paperwork involved in this, not the city of Bellevue nor the engineer's office can find a signed copy of this agreement. You as a board approved this in June of 2024. So we want to just make sure that we tighten this up for auditing purposes. So today I am asking for a motion to approve and authorize chair signature on the FY 25 RCTP agreement, which was approved on June 3rd, 2024 between Jackson County and the city of Bellevue for $23,321.
Okay, so, this agreement also includes, ECIA and RPA.
Yeah.
As far as the agreement, they should have a copy of that, correct?
Just like what you're gonna sign today for the city of Bellevue.
Yeah.
Nobody has, according to what we're told, nobody has a copy.
So, okay.
So let's see what the city of.
We used to get all them pictures and all of it, and when they rated them,
Yeah, because I thought we were just a pass through.
See, this is the same,
RPA.
this is the same agreement that you approved today for the city of Miles.
Yeah.
This just has the city of Miles and Jackson County's signatures.
so that could have been the year when we weren't reimbursed from ECIA part of it either, then we kept the RTTP program going. Yeah, that could be why we haven't have the see the contract somewhere through there.
We just want to make sure that when we pay this, we can show the state auditor, we can
Yeah.
justify. So that's why we're asking for kind of a retroactive
Agreement,
yeah.
move to approve.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nin to approve, motion to retroactively approve and authorize chair signature for FY 25 RCTP agreement, which was approved on June 3rd, 2024 between Jackson County and the city of Bellevue for $23,321. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I do have 2 fireworks permits that have come in. My first firework, I need a motion to approve a fireworks permit to Matthew Franzen at 36/540 Highway 64 Preston on July 3rd, 2026 at dusk, with a rain date of July 5th, 2026 at dusk.
I'd make that motion to approve.
I would say.
Got a motion by Nin, second by Mike to approve a fireworks permit for Matthew Franz on 36/540 Highway 64 Preston. On July 3rd, 2026 at dusk with a rain date of July 5th, 2026 at dusk. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And my next motion to approve a fireworks permit to Matt Andreessen at 7501 214th Avenue, Macokota on July 4th, 2026 at 9 p.m. with a rain date of July 5th, 2026 at 9 p.m.
I'd make that motion.
I would second. I just have a comment though.
Yeah.
So just so the public knows, that we review these applications and we get the maps and we understand who the neighbors are, livestock facilities, if you will, and whatnot. So it's not like we just look at these and approve them. I mean, we actually get the maps on the application and say, well, everybody around needs to be notified in case they need to move cattle or do something like that. So, I mean, it's a process, so.
Right. One of these individuals did not send a map and I called and said, we need a map. We need to know.
Yeah.
So,
And one of these sites is close to a facility, but it's his own, so
Yeah.
he's well aware. Yeah.
Good. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
and my last item for today, of course, last Tuesday was. Well, last Tuesday obviously was the June primary. This is by code. What we need to do is to canvass the election. And I kind of like to, as I've said before, I kind of like to go back so we can go forward because You know, in my time here in Jackson County, elections have certainly changed over the years of the process of doing this. And one of the things that people need to understand, and I'll use Bellevue this morning as my example. Yeah. This is another precinct, but I just wanted people to understand about how we arrive at the numbers that we use for this canvas. In the mornings, when the election officials arrive, one of the first things they do of getting the machines up and running, one of the things that they need to do is they need to run a zeros report. And the reason for that is it shows that morning when at 7 o'clock, when the polls are open, it shows that there are no votes on any machines. And throughout Jackson County, every precinct does the same thing. You know, it shows the zeros report. And then as voting starts, then the machines scramble, so to speak. So that way, as the ballots are falling into the machine, there's no way of us trying to figure out, you know, who the first voter was and how it turned out. So everything then becomes, you know, but the good news at the end of the day is we have a ballot that substantiates all of the votes that were cast. At the end of the night then, as voters have gotten their ballot and they've made their choices, if they have chosen to do a write-in for whichever candidate on either party, write-ins, what they do is they do darken in the oval, they'll write in someone's name for that position, and as the ballot goes into the scanner, it takes a picture of it. So at the end of the night, it's really easy for the election officials to balance out write-in votes. We have a copy, a picture, and that's what this is. This is a write-in report. And then they also, at the same time, they also will do an election summary report. And this is all done, again, I have a paper copy. What we ask our election officials to do is at the end of the night, we have them run 2 of everything. And the reason why is I have one here and then there's another set. This set right here in this envelope, we hire people to go out to the precincts and pick up this envelope that has this TM or jump drive or thumb drive or whatever you want to call it. And you can see we have it sealed, so the flap of this envelope, it gets flapped over and then the seal gets put on. It is signed by all of the election officials. It's time stamped. And then as it's received here, it also is received and time stamped. So that way we know that this person that was picking up this envelope that's been sealed with all of the election officials certifying it, then it comes back to the courthouse. Bjorn takes this thumb drive, jump drive, whatever we want to call it, TM, and then we upload results. This has been a change from probably about 5 or 6 years, I'm guessing. The reason that we do this is because we know at the end of the night, when we release the results by precinct, we know that we have good results. We know because we've taken it directly from the machine to this jump drive and we've uploaded it. Instead of having those election officials call us, you know, and we take that chance of, did we hear you correctly or did they see something correctly? This way we know that we've uploaded correct information. So in this election, there were actually 237 write-in votes, which is pretty good. You know, we certainly have had more, but Jackson County, there were potential 13,660 voters that could have gone to the polls last Tuesday. 2,350 they voted on election day. Of that, 1,433 Republicans and 917 Democratic voters. Provisional ballots, we could talk about provisional ballots, but we did not have any. Provisional ballots were basically kind of a last ditch effort that voter couldn't prove who they were or where they lived. And so we still allow those people to cure, so to speak, their provisional ballots, but we did not have any. And when it comes to absentees, a lot of people talk to us about absentees. This is a really amazing number. There were 433 absentees. Of that, we have election officials that on election day, they started at 9 o'clock. That is by law. 3 election officials came in and they are the ones that count the absentee ballots. Of that, 427 of the 433 were counted. 2, we received in the mail late. Iowa law says that absentee ballot has to be in our office by 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. So we did receive 2 in the mail. They were not counted. UOCAVAs, those are the uniforms and overseas citizens. We have a few people because they do not live in the United States, but they are still citizens. We did not receive 2 of those, and 2 of those were not returned at all. So if you think out of 433 absentees, 6 weren't counted. That's an amazing number. So everybody's been given the opportunity to get things back to us. But all in all, we always grade our elections. I think we had a good start to the morning. We didn't have any machine issues. We still have ballots in case something doesn't look right. I think as we've looked through the numbers, everything looks, as they should be. Every ballot, every vote is accounted for. And we do that. We check the numbers. There was even a question yesterday afternoon as far as one of my numbers. And so there's another set of eyes that are always looking at this. But I have, all of these, I've done, I calculate all of the write-ins myself. So we have a lot of paperwork, but all in all, we had an A- election. And I think using the new equipment that you were so nice to allow the auditor's office to purchase new scanners, we purchased the new Tenex system. We got rid of our laptops. That system it works very well. It really helps us out. I think our election officials are very happy. I'm going to try and make another payment yet this fiscal year. I want to know how much money I have left. I do want to pay a little more on that system. But it was a very good decision for us to do that. And I'm glad that we did it on an off election year, kind of worked through a couple of the bugs. It gave the election officials time to figure out how to do stuff. And so now we've kind of worked from the city school election. We've given them a little bit more work here with the primary. They're going to be busy in the fall. There's no doubt about it. So that was a very good decision and they are very happy. So do you have any questions?
I know it seemed like everything went pretty much without a hitch today voting or during the primary voting, so.
Yeah.
Pleased with the system so far.
Yeah,
so.
no, yeah. So.
Any
Do you have
questions for Lisa?
No, I hear any complaints and everything went smooth, I guess.
Yeah, so with that, I would ask for a motion to approve and authorize the board and auditor signatures on the official state of Iowa abstract of votes and the official canvas of elections showing who received the highest votes and forward all paperwork to the Iowa Secretary of State and to each political party.
So moved.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve and authorize board and auditor signatures on the official state of Iowa abstract of votes and official canvas of the election showing who received the highest votes and forward all paperwork to the Iowa Secretary of State and to each political party. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all that I have for the board today.
All right. Anybody have anything for the good of the board, boards or commissions?
I do not. RTA meeting last Tuesday or Wednesday went smooth.
Yep.
Everything's in order.
The only thing I got is, we have a new watershed management coordinator. We got somebody hired. She's gonna be introduced today at the executive committee meeting at 3:30. Very well qualified and, look forward to see how she does. She has vast knowledge in working with watersheds and getting projects approved. She's worked with Iowa City, Dyersville several times. Knows everybody in the know, knows how to do grants. Used to work with Impact 7G as their watershed coordinator person. And then when they were shifting in a different direction, she went out on her own, formed her own business and said, call me when you need me. And they're doing that. And then when she found out, she'd wanted to do this job for a long time, but she was always caught in another full-time job. So this worked out perfectly and she's coming on board today. So pretty enthusiastic about having her on.
Sounds like a good fit.
Yep. So nothing else?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to adjourn. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Have a great day, everyone.